But the headspace that I like to kind of think about is now when they're coming to you and strapping a headset, kind of dissipating now all those social fears and the prize that they normally think. Do you think that's, are we creating more of an isolated gym experience? Are they somehow, is there some type of aspect where they're still feeling like there's other people in the gym? I know you said it was a head-to-head battle, but are we still building that tribe with this type of training, or is that tribe mentality now going to change a little bit where we're isolating a little bit inside a headset?
Yeah, I'm happy you asked that because that's something we're tackling at this very moment. VR, I know at us in the VR industry, there's definitely arguments to be made whether VR is more isolating or more social. And I think it depends, of course, like on the experience you're having in VR. And to kind of paint a better picture of Blackbox, when you walk into a Blackbox gym, we have these booths, and they are isolated booths where you have your privacy. You walk into this booth, you close the door, and it's you in the headset. And the booth is super cool looking, but it's like pretty plain. But once you put the headset on, you're in this crazy arena, this crazy world, all the fun stuff VR provides for you, and the visual and auditorial like aspect. But one thing we're working on right now, which I'm super happy and excited about, is we are trying to make potentially, if you want it to be, which is important because we're giving you the choice, but if you want it to be, this potentially could be the most social gym experience you can possibly have. I'm getting notifications right now on my phone about how the people because you can add people as your friends on the Blackbox app, and all my coworkers and all my friends who are going through and doing their workouts right now, it's like notifying me like, hey, they beat the boss that they were fighting against or whatever. And you can like go in and see people's progress if they, make that public, and you're able to like message each other and comment on the feed and show support that way. And we're implementing we're implementing a team system right now where, hopefully soon, eventually, you're going to be able to join these teams with your friends and then progress towards like team goals. Like, let's say like a team goal is like, we want to, the team goal for this month is to lift X amount of volume of weight. And you as a team need to go to the gym and lift, play the game, and those numbers will start stacking up for those goals. And once you reach those goals, your team gets, loot or in-game currency or sweet like banners or different like items you can equip to your to your player and all of those different things. And we're really trying to, and eventually in the future be awesome if we had like some more like cooperative modes and stuff, so you can like bring your friend to the gym and play with them at Blackbox. And that's something we've been working on the past probably 6 to 12 months to make it a more social experience, because I think it can be by default a little more isolating just because you're by yourself, you're there, which for some people that's awesome. For some people that is a plus for the Blackbox experience. And I definitely do enjoy it, like, because you go in there and you're just by yourself and you can, make all the crazy faces you want and, whatever. And, no one is looking at you, whether we should be caring or not, but no one is. And so it's super nice to be able to have some of that privacy, but you're able to share your successes with other people and kind of like help uplift your friends and your teammates in that way.
Yeah, it goes back to why it's so important of what you guys are doing. You're empowering people. You're empowering them to make the choices they want, but in this new virtual world that, again, it's kind of an oxymoron. We say it all the time, but it is an endless world, and you guys can make anything you want out of it. And additionally, you can make any type of game you want out of it. I was actually watching, I kind of wrote his name down, Ryan Trahan. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. He seems pretty popular on YouTube, but I watched a video of his this morning where he was doing like I think a 2 week fitness challenge. And it was comical. The guy was kind of in decent shape already, so I don't know really. It was a huge transformation video, but what I took from it, going back to what you brought up about, gamifying this, is it wasn't actually about the game. I mean, he played Beat Saber, he Thrill to Fight, the games that are traditionally going to be marked as fitness games. But he was also playing Blade and Sorcery and other games. And virtual reality provides this window where it doesn't need to be a fitness game. It doesn't need to
Mm.
pigeonhole someone into this is fitness, this is what you're going to do, this is what it's for. It's about how you play the game because inherently all virtual reality games are they're more physical than traditional gaming. And depending on how
Mhm.
you embody the character, how you embody that virtual space, you could turn any game into a cardio experience. You could turn any game into anything you want. And that's why when I hear the original description on how this is like the what Clash Royale type game, it could be any game. It could be anything. And as long as these people are bought into your vision and feel empowered to play the way they want, it turns into an exercise. And that's really important.
Right. No, I agree. And that's one of the things that I think we're trying to do differently at Blackbox is um, we like there is some awesome value to some more core fitness type experiences in VR, like FitXR or Supernatural, that they're really targeting like this is a fitness experience. And I think there's some great value to that. And on the other hand, I think there's great value to games that are just awesome games to begin with that happen to be fairly physical. Like I use Beat Saber, and a lot of us at Blackbox, we use Beat Saber as our cardio for the day. I was just playing earlier with my coworkers. We took a Beat Saber break in the middle of the workday. Because yeah, while it's not a fitness game necessarily, it gets your heart pumping, gets you moving, it gets mobility in there, and it's a super great fitness experience. And I think with Blackbox, we're trying to create a really fun, awesome game that you can just play that you happen to be getting stronger while doing it. And of course, like there's scenarios, of course, like you're lifting weights and it is apparent that you are using energy and expelling energy to do these actions in the game, but you don't fully, you take some of like take some of the grind out of it, I guess, of like a traditional like lifting experience where you may go a little harder than uh, you would have otherwise because you're trying to like take down a specific, enemy or hit these certain numbers because like you're trying to push yourself. And I think there's been some studies flying around in like the VR space as well, where like VR has like that time dilation effect where it feels like when you're in VR, it feels like 5 minutes when it was probably like 10 minutes or whatever it is like that. And that is definitely true once again in like the black box sphere or just fitness games in general, I think for VR, which is something we try to take advantage of. Like when you're in there, it feels like you're in there for like 2/3 of the time than you actually are. And because like you're playing a game, much like a sport, you aren't focused on like, oh man, like this, I'm just lifting this weight. It's not as fun or whatever. Or like, you're bored or whatever. Like since you're playing a game, you have extra goals that you're trying to achieve. It kind of gets your mind off of maybe some of like the more core, like low level, like, I don't know, muscle activation parts that lifting can, kind of bore some people with.
I can understand that fully. Is there
Yeah.
now has there been like you brought up, studies on the time dilation, which I've been reading into those, which is amazingly true. I did the entirety of Half-Life Alyx all in one sitting, and I think that was like 11, 12 hours. Did not feel like that. It felt like that just, ache and pain wise, because that was a lot of standing and moving around, but it did not
Right.
feel like that for time. But as far as studies go for virtual reality weight training, I can't imagine there's much at all. I mean, even on if you look at what bodybuilding.com, T Nation, all these men's health, there is a lot of bro science, and there's just continuously evolving things that work traditionally, but for virtual reality, I can't imagine there's anything out there. I don't know how you guys are basing this. If there's safety concerns that you worry about with you're in a virtual world, but you have to have the embodiment still IRL for what you're holding, and physically moving. I mean, I'm going all over the place with that one, but
Yeah.
has there been any studies on this kind of stuff?
Yeah. So there hasn't been like a ton that I specifically know of. That being said, we are working with UCLA over in California they're doing a study on Blackbox and using their machines, and they are trying to get like the nitty gritty details out of that. And I don't know when that's supposed to wrap up, but it's underway at the moment, which I'm pretty excited about. I know that we have a lot of fitness professionals who've been doing it for a very long time. Our CEO Ryan DeLuca was previous CEO of bodybuilding.com. Same with our other co-founder, Preston Lewis, once again was,
Wait, can I hear
involved
that
with
again? So the CEO of Blackbox was, you said, CEO of bodybuilding.com?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, correct. So like, yeah, the our co-founders and a lot of the people at, the executive level have been in the fitness industry for a long time, and are very knowledgeable on just, I guess, fitness related, everything under the sun in that way. And we do work with a lot of awesome, smart people to handle some of this stuff. We have super awesome engineering team, and I know like safety is one of our, as it should be, highest priorities with a system like this, just because, lifting weights can be dangerous for obvious reasons. And, a system like this needs to have all the fail safes to make sure that you're good. And yeah, we do spend a lot of time making sure our machines are as safe as possible while you're doing them. But yeah, there's definitely, and like I said before, like I'm a VR developer who is trying to be fit and trying to bulk up and do my thing. So like I'm learning a lot as I go in this process and learning from awesome people. And it is nice, like, working in a job that it's encouraged that, I need to go work out to test this product. It's kind of a fun thing where going to the gym is a part of my job. But yeah, I'm kind of blabbing along here,
It's all right.
but like,
hit that subscribe button to stay on top of the daily clips, or catch the debates and fireside chats live on the main channel down in the video description. See you next time, Space Cowboys.